Just Cool Radio disturbing the silence. Everybody turn it up loud, loud, loud. Just Cool Radio, Madina.
Are you looking to take your business, community project, or product to the next level? Want to reach a dynamic and engaged audience? Look no further than JusCoolRadio.com. At Just Cool Radio, we offer the perfect platform to showcase your brand. Our diverse programming and loyal listeners are the ideal match for your advertising needs. Whether you're a local business, an emerging entrepreneur, we've got you covered. Want to add some star power to your event? Book Just Cool Radio talent to bring excitement and professionalism to your next big occasion. Our talented hosts and DJs will keep your audience entertained and engaged. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Visit JusCoolRadio.com today to learn more about our affordable advertising packages and booking options. Just Cool Radio, disturbing the silence, catching the eyes of many.
Hello, hello, hello. How, hello, hello, hello. How are we? How are we? Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. And welcome to Women's Wellness Wednesdays at our new time of 5 to, 7, but we see what we're doing. I know it's a bit up and down, but we're going to get comfortable. We're finding a good way to where we're going to just settle down into a nice, beautiful time. Yes, so it's great to have you with us today. Thank you for joining us. So, for us, it's 5 p.m. in the evening. Wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. It's your girl, Lana. Yes, and welcome you, beautiful souls, to another uplifting edition of Women's Wellness Wednesdays. And I'm so excited to spend the next time with you here, focusing on what really matters. Yes, your mind, your heart, and your healing. And today's theme is take a risk on your mental health with purpose in mind. And you can see to my left, I have a lovely guest with me today, and his name is Chizubel Beluchi, and he's the author of this book, Get Risky or Get Lost. And we're going to find out what that means. But I just want to welcome you, Chiz. Thank you very much for coming here today and coming to be with us. And we can't wait to find out what getting risky or getting lost is, what it
Yeah,
looks like in the 21st century.
absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
yeah.
Well, it's lovely to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
Do you know I've been on TV, but this is my first ever radio interview.
Yeah,
First ever radio interview.
yeah.
So I am really honored to be here. So thank you for having
Oh.
me. I know it might sound a bit weird, thinking about mental health, risk. What's that got to do?
Well,
Well, you're going to find out.
you know what? We are honored to have you, another author. My last guest too was an author as well. It's just lovely to have colleagues in the author world, in the book world, to come and just explain to us how their books relate to mental health. So today, as usual, guys, I do like to big up special days of the what sort of day this is. I know that we've had Children's Day. Was that yesterday? Can anyone tell me what day it was? I think we were celebrating Children's Day yesterday, and we just love to celebrate different days of the week, different days of the year. We had Mental Health Week a couple of weeks ago, and we just love to celebrate all these things. I think life is for celebrating, don't you think?
Absolutely. I mean,
Every
if we don't
day.
celebrate life, we have to do it every single day. It's not
Yes,
on a special day.
that's right. Not on a special day. I know a couple of weeks ago, again in May, we had Mother's Day for those in the USA, and we celebrate our Mother's Day in the UK in March. But like I said, it doesn't really matter what month it is. We should be celebrating mothers all year round. So we are very blessed with that. So again, like I said, we're here regarding our mental health and our well-being. That's what we want to discuss and what we want to talk about. So it's always nice because I've been rushing to get here. I got on public transport, and I believe you did too.
Oh gosh, yes, I did.
Yes,
I had to drive and then park and then jump on the train.
So a little
Yes.
bit of both.
Yeah, a
So
little bit of both,
it's
yeah.
a little bit of the stress, and then you let the train take the strain. But even then, it can be quite daunting, making sure you're getting on the right train in the right direction at the right time.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, I think it's good. I think now is as good as time for us to just try and take a breath in, just to breathe. Breathe in for 4 and breathe out for 6 seconds. That is breathing out for 6 seconds. Yeah,
That
that's
felt
it.
good.
Wonderful. It does feel good, you know. We take it for granted because it's something we do without thinking. So from the day we were born, we kind of don't really put emphasis on the breathing. But when you breathe with purpose and
Absolutely.
and intention,
Absolutely, yes.
you do feel quite relaxed when you. Let's do it one more time. When we breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it, and breathe out for 6 slowly, and just relax those shoulders back through your mouth. Yeah, I do feel the difference when I do that. I really do.
Oh, I feel like I'm in therapy now.
Well, that's what we want. That's what we want. That's what
feels
we
good.
want.
That
That's what
feels
we
good.
want. So thank you again for joining us today. It's always good to see you. Thank you for joining in on our new show at 5 to 7 on Wellness Wednesdays, Women's Wellness Wednesdays on JusCoolRadio.com. We're on all the social media, so remember to tune in and look for us. Okay, so our uplifting verse of the week. I want us to just focus on that for a moment and to just reflect on its meaning. So we're saying, I face problems with courage and see them as interesting challenges. What do you feel about that?
That is inspirational.
Yeah.
You know, I wrote something just last night, and it was about problems. It was actually a quote
Oh, wow.
by a renowned psychologist, C.G. Jung, Carl Gustav Jung.
Yes, Carl Jung. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
I was
and
just,
he said something about problem. What he said was, we don't solve problems, we grow above our problems.
oh, wow.
And
Profound,
I
profound.
thought, wow,
Wow.
we always tend to see problems as something we have to solve.
To solve.
But if you think about it, when we grow beyond our problems,
Yes.
what does that do? It builds resilience. And
Absolutely.
the problems never go
They
go
never
away.
go away. They keep coming.
It keeps coming. So you can never really solve problem, but you want to use that problem as a stepping stone, as a
Yes,
leverage
That's right. That's right.
to get to wherever you want to get to.
That's right, because you don't really get rid of it or solve it, but you deal with it and move on, and then another one comes along.
Absolutely.
And then you just feel like, okay, as long as I'm alive, there's going to be something that you have to
Yes.
get through. So that's it. But I remember there's a quote about something about when you feel that you're in hell. I know that's deep, but when you feel you could also say it could be a problem. It could be something that you feel uncomfortable in. When you're in your own little bit of a disturbing place, they say, don't stay there. Never stick there. Keep on moving. Just keep going. So it's like when you see an issue or a problem or something that you feel is really bad, find a way to just keep going. Keep going. Get out of there. You're never supposed to stay in that problem or that issue or that bad thing. You're supposed to keep on going, keep on moving. And you'd be surprised how God and the universe will bring something that's going to help you solve that problem.
You know, a number of things were just going through my mind as you were saying that.
Yeah.
First one that went through my mind was, the soft drink 7-Up.
Uh-huh.
You know
Yes,
the
I
story
remember
about that?
7-Up.
So the story about that was that I can't remember his name, but he had tried 6 times to launch a business, to launch a brand, and it all failed.
Oh,
And it
wow.
was only on the 7th attempt that soda drink became a success. And guess what he named it? 7-Up.
7-Up.
Imagine if he gave up.
Imagine
If we
we'd
gave
never
up.
have had the beautiful taste of Seven
Absolutely.
Up.
I used
So
to enjoy it actually.
I used to love it. We used to drink it a lot back in the day in
Yes.
Lagos,
In
Nigeria.
Nigeria,
Yeah, it was a
yes.
very popular soda that we drank. We loved it. It's very similar to another clear, sugary, fizzy drink that's out there. But yes, there are many different drinks out there that you can get hold of, but we will not list them today. But yes, it's interesting to hear stories of how people's businesses started, because we also have been told that, if you don't fail and keep failing forward, you're never going to make it. You're never going to
Yes.
get to that. Okay, sorry, my laptop. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah, got it back on again. It went to sleep, and it's not supposed to do that. Not while we're still talking. How dare you go to sleep?
It's not sleep time yet.
It's not
Stay awake, laptop.
Stay awake. Modern technology is amazing when it works. So yes, that's amazing. So listeners, please put in the DMs. Tell us, what are your favorite quotes? There must be beautiful quotes out there that you know of. Tell me your quotes. We want to hear your quotes as well. It's good to hear from you as well too. So yes, that's great. I'd like to say, I heard the other day someone saying that about thank you notes. It's an old school thing.
Yes.
I know most people don't do it mostly anymore. It's more like you might get a digital thank
all
you.
digital now,
It's all
yes.
digital. But how do you feel about writing? Actually getting down with a pen and a paper and writing thank you notes to people that might have given you a Christmas present or a birthday present, a gift. How do you feel about that?
I love the idea of writing. Sometimes we tend to take a lot of shortcuts in life, doing the digital thing. But when I do write every single day with a pen or
Yes,
pencil on
yes.
literal paper, and there's a feeling you get when you write on paper.
Absolutely.
A little story. Just what really helped me get through my book writing was I was working with a publisher, and she was coaching me on how to write. I had written the book, but I never published it for years.
Okay.
And then she said, "Chiz, what you need to do is to see your book like a lover.
Oh.
When you build that relationship with that." With those thoughts you have in mind, the
Yeah.
message you want to convey,
Yeah.
you build a relationship with it, no matter how painful, no matter how horrible or good it may be.
Yeah.
Build a relationship with it, and you will see magic happen.
Okay.
Those were her words, and that's what happened. So as
Yeah.
much as we use digital to write, but we also have to, connect. It's like connecting with the earth.
Yeah.
In a way,
Yeah, find that
because
connection.
pencil is natural, or
Yes.
pen is working with
made
natural
from-
elements,
yeah.
and then you're bringing out your soul on paper, and I
paper.
believe that's something that can really transform lives if we
Paper's
do that
natural,
every day.
isn't it? Made
It
from
is natural, yeah.
trees, made from the wood.
It
Yes.
is, yes.
Absolutely, that's correct. So, what I heard was that writing a thank you note helps your mental health. It helps with the mental health
Absolutely.
because you feel a sort of an accomplishment, don't you? You feel
It's an appreciation,
an
isn't
appreciation,
it?
yeah.
Yes, it's an appreciation
Feel-
because when we appreciate, we're giving a gift.
Yes.
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 You know the verse in the Bible that says, there is more happiness in giving,
In giving,
than
that's
in
right.
receiving.
That's
So
correct.
a thank you note to a person or someone you don't know is it's liberating, and it does help our mental health because you do feel good. You get those feel good hormones
Absolutely.
because we have to activate them
Absolutely.
somehow. If we don't activate those
Absolutely.
feel good hormones, we become lethargic over time.
Yeah.
You know?
And it just builds up, doesn't
So,
it?
exactly.
Yes. Fantastic. And I heard on the news recently that the lovely Arsenal forward, Chloe Kelly, she spoke out about putting herself first and her mental health. And I just want to say, yeah, Chloe, go for it, girl. Put yourself first and, heal. And I thought that was very inspiring. I love
It's
that.
important.
Yeah.
Something when we talk about mental health, we tend to think about what happens in our head.
Yeah.
But really, what mental health is, or what we call mental, it's a psychological well-being, and it's not just what happens in our heads. It's what happens in our entire body and
Body.
soul.
That's right.
So we have to somehow understand these information, because it is information that's going through our body. How we feel is data. How we release that data, whether we do release it or not, is down to us.
It's down to us.
It's down to
yes.
the method we use. And we don't
Absolutely.
want to run away from, we've been talking about problem. We want to run away from reality.
Reality.
You know,
Well, we say interesting challenges. You can call them.
I love that. Interesting challenges. Yes. That's a good way to put it.
That's right. That's the way
Yes.
to see. That's a positive way to look at it, because they're always going to come, but we know what we're going to do with them when they do. So we come to the segment where we ask you, I'll ask you a couple of foods. They could be from anywhere.
Yes.
And you tell me if you like it, and if you do, you say it's delicious.
I see what you're doing there.
And if you don't, you just say nay.
Okay.
So we're going to go through, just the top of my head, we'll just
Sure.
say yam.
Delicious.
I love
had
it.
yam last week.
Oh, fantastic. Just last week.
Yes.
I know. Yam is like, it's very authentic. It's like, and it's very versatile. It's like the potato.
Potatoes,
isn't it?
yes.
It's like the potato.
Yes.
And you can do so many things with yam. You can boil it, you can steam it, you can fry it, you can pound it.
Yes.
There's just so many
So
things.
versatile.
So versatile. And it's just like, but sometimes people don't get around to eating it, like from where we're from, like Nigeria or Africa. We sometimes we don't eat it. Maybe we'll eat it once a month, once a week. I don't know, because it's a bit of an effort to get it going.
Yes.
Or we wait till we go to places like weddings,
Parties.
gatherings, and then everybody rushes for it.
And they pounded yam or something.
Yeah. Well, there's something else people rush for as well. I spoke with my guest a couple of weeks ago as well. It's amala. Abula.
Yeah, that's
So
something
is
I've
that-
not
do
really
you like-
had.
Oh, you
I've
haven't?
had it, but probably twice in my entire life.
Oh my goodness!
Yes.
You don't know what you're missing. It's really good, and as you can tell, I like my food.
I can tell.
I am a foodie. I like my
trust
food.
me, I am
But
as
you
well.
see, the funny thing, because my friend and I, we actually said it. We don't know why people rush for this abula at parties. We've heard some really bad stories
What's
of
an abula party?
no. Well, it's a party,
Yeah.
a wedding. It could be a wedding.
Right,
it could be a
okay,
birthday,
okay.
And they serve this amala.
Right, I hope a lot of listeners, they're not Nigerians, because they'll be cursing me here and
They're-
say, how come this guy doesn't know what I have?
We have everybody from all over the world. We're diverse.
Amazing.
Yes, from all over the world. Those that don't know, it's just a brown. Is it yam flour? Is it,
Yes,
it's made
yes.
from.
I think it's a skin. It's a skin,
It's
yeah.
still the yam. We're still
Yes.
doing. Yeah, so we don't waste anything. It's the yam skin. Grind it, mill it down into a flour, and make it into a lovely consistency, which is eaten with pepper soup and all sorts of lovely soups. Hello, Jizzy. We can see you, Zizi. Thank you for joining. And again, I think it's just that it's not just even the amala. It's not the abula that
Yeah.
they're making. It's the soups that go with it, the different
Right.
types of
Oh,
soups.
gosh,
There
they're
was-
so
there was-
delicious.
yes, so it's the different to have time to make that bean soup, and with the green one and the red one, and it's a lot.
Wait,
It's
the
a
green
lot.
one is that Eforiro.
No, that's a
green one?
wedu.
Oh, wait, yes,
A
okay,
wedu.
yes. I love Eforiro. That's the
it's
first
all
thing that came to
green.
my mind.
It's all greeny, lovely, good for you soups. Good feeling soup. Good tasting soups.
Yeah.
And I think people just don't have the time to make all that. So when they go to parties and they see it, they rush it. They rush. They're ready to do damage
Yeah.
to anyone that gets in their way.
So what you just said there,
Yes.
there's a direct connection with food and mental health. You see, that rush for the food
Yes.
is to get that feel-good
Feel-good factor.
Feel-good factor.
It's the food.
So what we eat as well does really impact our mental health.
Because be honest, when you go to weddings,
Yes.
big birthdays, it could be any occasion. What's the most thing we're looking forward to?
Food.
The
What else?
food.
Yes.
The
That's
menu,
the main
the
thing.
buffet, the food, menu. We could be doing. It could be any occasion, but everyone's just thinking, "Gosh, when are they?
Yeah. When is the food? When is the food coming?
When are they serving the food?"
And you know what a lot of people do? A lot of people don't eat. They wait till
don't
they get to the party.
They haven't eaten all day because they want to be ready
Yes.
for that food. So it's amazing. It's good. No, it's good fun, and it's lovely to go out and be eating socially.
Yeah, absolutely,
To eat
absolutely.
socially.
Yes.
So, we are going to ask you more about your book because we really want to find out what got you to write this book and what this title.
I know, I know.
I'm gonna
Get
have to
risky or
get
get
this.
lost.
That
You
way,
see,
in all good shots, get risky or get less. But let's have
yes.
a break. Let's have a break, and we'll come back. Not long. We'll be back shortly. So, ready to talk about, and we're gonna tear down this book
Oh,
and get
yes.
risky.
We're gonna get.
And we're back. Hello, hello. That was nice and quick. We just went to get a few things. So, cheers. This book. How did you come about the title? Do tell.
So, just to give listeners and viewers a bit of background, I'm a risk consultant, risk strategist, you can say, and in probably for what, 20 plus years or so, and it's
Yes.
become a way of life
Uh
for me.
huh.
So, people tend to think about risk as something that they have to prevent from happening,
Uh,
and they do it
it's not where we
without.
get insurance.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. But I'm going to unravel this. So
Mhm.
risk is
Mhm.
actually what I did. I did a lot of research to try and demystify risk and help people get value out of it. And I got to find out that risk has a direct relationship with our purpose in life. you
Okay.
know
Yeah.
so it's not about preventing something bad. Actually, the most important aspect of risk is what we call the upside, which is where you identify opportunities and you convert those opportunities to what pays you, the rewards you want in relation to your purpose.
Yes.
So I came about with the book the title, because I wanted something that would shock people to the bone.
Yes.
you know
I would say
so
it is shocking. You've
yes.
achieved that
Yeah.
objective.
Yes. So I want people to say, oh, get risky or get lost. So I have two options here. It's
Yes.
either I get risky. No one wants to get lost.
Uh huh.
So
Yeah.
then you better get risky, because every day of our life is a risk.
Absolutely.
Ourselves, we individuals we are. So I like to say risk is a person or an entity, an organization. This studio is a risk with a purpose.
With a purpose. Yes.
Absolutely. And to link it back to mental health, is there was I can't remember who said this, but our mental health,
Mm-hmm.
or no, actually it wasn't mental health, it was depression. Depression, he said, was a result of an unfulfilled life.
Oh, that's
you
food
know
for thought.
and
That's food
that
for
made me
thought.
think. I'm not the one who said
Good
that, but
afternoon, Neen. Sorry, I see Neen. I just seen you. Do carry on. Do
yeah,
carry
sure,
on.
sure. Yes, and it made me think, you know, I mean, there have been times in life when I've gone through things that are quite depressing and things like that. Most of us
Mm-hmm.
have. I mean, not most of us. Every human being have gone through that, you know. But people who succeed in overcoming a depressed state. What is a
Yes.
depressed state? It's a low state of
Low
being.
say to being the
Yes,
self-esteem. Yeah.
yes. It can be your self-esteem is also part of that as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
But when we have a clear purpose that drives us like fuel, we take action, and those actions we take,
Mm.
is what we call risk taking.
Risk
Yeah.
taking.
Naturally in life, when we every single day we like to use the typical one of getting out of bed is a risk.
Yeah.
Taking, eating food is a risk.
Yeah.
You know,
Walking across your bedroom's a risk.
it's a risk because there are two outcomes. Something good can happen, something bad can happen.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So the book itself is really showing people how to
Yeah.
take risk with purpose in mind in
So
whatever
would you-
aspect of life or well-being.
Uh-huh. And would you say that is what taking a risk on your mental health in the 21st century looks like?
Absolutely.
Because I would think back
Absolutely.
20, 30, even a century ago, taking risk on your mental health would be totally different from what it is today.
First of all, we have to understand really what mental health is.
Absolutely.
Because everybody wants to feel good,
Absolutely.
but sometimes there are things in life, there are factors in life that, you know, interferes with that state of well-being we want to be in.
Mm-hmm.
We want to be conscious about those things. What are they? Are they within my immediate surrounding?
Mm-hmm.
Is it something external? What control do I have over some of these factors?
Yeah.
If I do, and with the ones that I don't have control over, how do I navigate them? Because there's a way and a process for every single thing under the sun.
Absolutely.
So it's about knowing what they are and being conscious and intentional about the state we want to get, the state we want to get to. So yeah, I'll leave it at that for now.
So, I mean, just to be clear, so what
Yes.
are the signs we should look out for in order to up our risky game?
I'll ask one question.
Yes.
What is your purpose? A lot of people, I ask that question to, scratch their head for a moment when I ask that question.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, conflate, purpose to mean goals.
Yes.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's different. So if you don't have a clear purpose, that's a clear sign of a lack of direction.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And lack of direction, whether consciously or unconsciously, does affect us
Absolutely.
and affects our state of being.
Yeah.
So we need to know that. So I'm saying to everyone listening now today, what is your purpose? Now we can have one purpose, two purpose. A purpose can be achieved and then we ascend into a bigger purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to have a direction. And that purpose is answering the question, why? Why am I here? Why? What is the reason for my existence? And what am I going to do with it?
Absolutely.
And that is one thing that would definitely make a huge difference if we do have a clear purpose that's defined. And I talk about that in my book and I show you how to do it as well.
So thank you for that. So who is Chizzy? Who is Chiz before you wrote your book, before you found your purpose? Yeah, take us back. Take us back to
okay.
because there has to have been a light bulb moment.
Yes,
when you decided
yes.
I'm going to write this book.
Yes.
Because it's relatable. We want to hear your personal story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've always been, without knowing, I've always been someone who takes risk. And just to give a backstory, so I was born in the UK. I was born in London.
Okay.
My parents fled Nigeria during the Civil War, and then
was that in 1966?
in the 60s, yes.
60s.
So they fled with my older brother and sister, and they first of all went into Ghana, and from Ghana they got into Portugal. So they lived in Portugal for a few years. But I guess because of the language,
you speak Portuguese?
I don't speak Portuguese. Nada. I don't know how you would say no in Portuguese.
Nada. I mean, when you just said nada, that's a start. Nada.
No. I know how to say bom dia, which is good morning
Bon
or
dia.
greeting. Yeah,
There
bom
you
dia.
go.
Yeah, so I know
Bon dia,
a few
bon
words
dia,
here and there.
nada. You got it. Yeah.
And then they
okay.
moved to London, and that's where I was born. So
bless.
grew up here, and then when I was about 3 or 4, they moved back to Nigeria.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So I grew up in Nigeria. I went to school in Nigeria, and I didn't really like school. It was
Fair enough.
Yeah, I didn't really like school because I was very creative.
Hand up in the comments who liked school. I'm sure a lot of us didn't. I hated my secondary school.
Yeah.
I hated the first 5 years I was there. I just felt it was the wrong school for me.
Same.
I felt I was not in the right place, and I just I kept to my. I was not. I just didn't want to interact with anybody.
My parents they did me bad when it came to school. They threw me into one village school. I'm like, why am I in this school? And like you say, grammar school, just me. And my siblings were going to more prestigious school. I'm like, what is going on here? So I had to really protest that. And I protested that. I'm like, finally, they got me into a school that I preferred, where I thrived, better. And I think when I did that, I started to find myself because I didn't know where I was, and I was liked in school, and that really, I would say at an early stage, looking back now, I would say, I think I did, that did affect my maturity, my growing up, because I was able to start making decisions for myself, even though they were not decisions that my parents wanted me to make. So I had to really find that, and I think that's something that's coming from the culture we do come from. We are sometimes pressured by family to go a certain way. And end up doing that.
Especially our parents. They always want you to go
that.
Maybe the way that they didn't go.
Yes.
They want to make sure that
they want to live their life
through you.
Exactly. and
absolutely.
Yeah, linking that to mental health. And I think, it does affect people's mental health a lot because we're struggling to live two lives. One life that is expected of us and one that we really desire.
Yes.
So we're all adults, we're not children.
Yes,
I'm hoping.
that's right.
Yeah. So it's down to us to really say, you know what? I'm going to live the life I want to live, not the life that is expected of me by, family or culture or whatever. Because until you do that, there will always be a battle internally.
There's going to be a
that
battle.
Affects us, that affects
and it
our
affects your
health.
mental health.
It does,
exactly.
yes.
Thank you, Chiz. And I just want to say, just before we get to the juicy bit where Chiz is actually going to read us an excerpt from his book, Nin says, I never stayed at one long enough. I take it you never stayed at one school long enough. Bless you. I know that feeling. It's funny. I remember when we first of all went to Lagos, and my mom took me to, I was in Neverland. I was too young to start secondary school and too old to go back to primary school.
Yes.
So they put me in a school called a preparatory school.
I see. Right.
in the middle.
I know that.
But we stayed at home for months doing nothing and just
Yes.
playing. And my auntie was really upset with my dad that, why did you bring these children here if they're just going to stay at home and do nothing? And then I remember the first day my mum left me, for the first time in my life, I cried. I was not happy. I'm in this strange country, strange school, and they put me right at the front of the class. I couldn't move to left or right. I was so scared. Yes, that was not a good time for me at all. So, cheers. It's lovely to have you here. I'm dying for you to read the excerpt. So hold on to this book for me, because you're going to read your book in a minute. But I just want to tell the listeners that it is a beautiful day. It's Wednesday, 28th of May. I'm feeling like the queen of the world, and I want to give away some gifts. That's how I feel today. I'm in a giving mood. So please hit my socials. Lana, dlana.co.uk. Hit my socials. Find me on Instagram. Not WhatsApp. You might know. It is Lana. TikTok, Facebook, and all the rest. All the socials. Find Lana at dlana.co.uk. I'm giving away something big, and you're going to find out at the end of the show. It's a big, big, big giveaway at the end of the show. So right now, I would like you, do you know the part of the book you're going to read to us?
Yeah,
it's your book.
Too many
I told you to
stuff.
prepare.
There's a lot of good stuff in here.
We can't wait.
So let's do... Okay, I'll do something, and I'll ask you to choose.
You asked me to choose.
Yeah. So I'll pick three topics, and then I'll ask you to choose
All right.
one.
Okay.
So this is in chapter 2, which talks about the philosophy and psychology of risk, building bridges over walls.
Okay.
So there is
Ooh,
prepare your senses.
I might get our lovely listeners to choose as well.
Actually, why don't we do that?
Well, I'd love
let's
to hear what.
Let's type it out.
So put it in the
I'll give you
comments.
three.
Put it in the comments.
So-
Just a short one. Yeah. Tell us. What is it?
Thoughts out loud.
Thoughts out loud.
Yes.
Thoughts out loud. Okay, that's one. Yep.
Yes. This is slightly long. The need to rewire your persona for risk taking.
The need to rewire. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay, the need to rewire. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And, this is a fun one. Multiple personalities of risk.
Multiple personalities of risk. So what do we think? What should we get Chiz to read out for us today, and then
I think
tell
I can
us
guess what they're going to go for.
you
I'll just
think?
wait and see.
You think?
I'll see, yes.
I kind of like. I'll tell you in a minute, but I know the one I think I want you to read.
Okay. So let's give them a few seconds and see if
Okay.
anybody chooses something. And
So while we're doing that,
yes,
you can sign.
yes.
Yes.
Oh yes. Oh yes. This is your personal copy. So let's see.
Oh, I'm so honored. Today, Chiz is signing my book that
Yay.
was sent in the post
Yes,
to me.
yes.
He's signing it for me here on air live. This is
On air, yes.
on air, a historic moment. I'm getting
Absolutely,
it signed.
absolutely.
Yes, that's right. I love that. This is all good things, all good vibes, all good things. So we're thinking whether we should do the thoughts or the multiple personalities, or should we get rewired? So I think I remembered the three. Isn't that good? Yes.
You did.
Very good, very good. So we like gifts, don't we? We like receiving gifts, and like I said at the beginning, it is actually quite nice to, after getting a gift, to be able to
There you
write
go.
a fantastic thank you note. So I'm gonna have to put a thank you note in the post to you for this. Yes, it's official. I have a signed copy of Chiz's book. Get
Amazing.
risky
Yay.
or get lost. Yay. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna go with. Well, I liked the thoughts. The first one about our thoughts.
Okay. Thoughts
Yeah.
out loud.
Thoughts out loud.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to read
Just
a verse from there.
just a paragraph or
Yes,
something. Yeah, nothing too long.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So we'll read that.
Oh, you chose well.
Oh, did I?
You chose
I like that.
well.
I
You
need
chose
the pen,
well.
and you'll find out why I need the pen. Yes.
Okay. So this is in chapter 2.
Chapter 2.
So thoughts out loud.
Okay.
It's on page 23.
Okay.
Your thoughts have power in them
Wow. Wow.
because they can be the driving force to accomplish great things. From an idea you conceive in your mind to a tangible outcome that impacts millions or billions of people on planet.
Wow.
If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand.
Amazing.
It boils down to your level of risk-taking and the related purpose.
I love that.
You want me to continue?
No, that is perfect. I think we can
you
stop
chose
there.
well.
I did, didn't I?
You
I
did.
did. As if I knew.
Incredible.
As soon as I heard it, I thought, wow, this is going to be powerful. I want you to dig deep. Tell us,
Yes.
how did that come about? In your chapter 2 and that verse and
Yes,
that paragraph. I mean, what brought that about?
We all have thoughts.
Yes.
Well, most times we bottle that thought up because
Yes.
we're scared of what people will say and how people will judge us because of bringing that thought to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that we are capable of pretty much anything. And I like
Absolutely.
to say, if you think about, for listeners, viewers who are listening in, just think of somebody who's really influential. Anyone in your mind, just visualize that person and imagine them as a 5-year-old. And think about where they are now. Did they, as a 5-year-old or 10-year-old, know they were going to be who they are today?
Not
Nope.
at all. Nope.
But they had a thought
Yes.
that they took action to accomplish. And we all are capable of doing that. And to do that with purpose, to bring our thoughts out and take action towards them. Sometimes we have to really make sacrifices because sometimes we think, oh, it's impossible. I don't have the resources. Who do I talk to? I don't have the money. I tell you, most things I did in life, I didn't really have the money for it.
And this
You know?
affects your mental state of mind, doesn't it?
Exactly.
It puts pressure on you.
yes,
You fe-
And I can tell you I can tell you several stories, of my own life of when I was at ground zero. But what kept me going was the power of thoughts and taking the steps to bring those thoughts to fruition. And I encourage everyone to think about it. What is it that you've not done that you want to accomplish?
Yeah.
What is
Absolutely.
it? And you start to take steps towards that, you will start to feel a sense of purpose that really brings out those good
The
hormones.
good hormones, the good
Yes,
feelings, the
the
good
good feeling, the
vibes.
good vibes that
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
does make you thrive and feel good about yourself, because you do want to feel good about yourself. And just to add a few more things here is, what is the quality of your sleep, our sleep,
Uh-huh.
you know? And I have this thing that I do, it's a
Yes.
practice. It's a
Okay.
practice, yeah. And I
Do
call
show
it
us.
always close the loop. It's a
Okay.
daily practice. Always close the loop.
How do you do that?
So what I do is I start my day and I visualize how my day is going to go, how I want my day to go. Now, sometimes there are things I can't control that will come into my day and try to disrupt my flow. There might be people who might, one way or the other, upset me. But
Mm.
at the end of the day,
Yes.
I need to close that loop
Okay. And
so
how
I can
do you
sleep
do
well.
that? How do you do that?
So what I do is I accept the things that I can change, and the things that I
Okay.
can't change, I also have to accept them as well and know that whatever anyone has done to try and disrupt my emotional state is not me.
Yes.
Yes, and that's them.
It was them. Yeah.
And I need to have a good night's sleep, because when they are in their bed, they're not thinking about me.
No.
you know. So I'm going to also do the same thing. I'm not going to think about whatever it is that's going to disrupt my sleep, because our sleep is really important. We've got to sleep well as well as
Yes.
we need to eat well, because it's all part of enabling us have a healthy,
Absolutely.
mental
Mental health, a
state.
mental
Yeah.
state, and
Yes.
thinking. Well, that's great. That's a great way of thinking. And a quick question I'll ask you. Thank
Yeah,
you for
sure.
reading that excerpt.
Absolutely.
When you were 17, did you know what you wanted to be when you grew up?
I knew I wanted to run my own business.
That's amazing. That is because that brings
I
me on to
knew
the
it.
next thing.
I
Because
did
I
know.
know there are a lot of mums, there are a lot of dads, there are a lot of parents out there who have 17-year-olds in their home who
Yes.
do not know where they're going or what they want to do. I know when I was 17, I wanted to be several different things. I hadn't quite chosen what I wanted to be at
Yes.
17.
Yes.
But if you want to find the tricks and the tips and where how to choose what to do when you're 17, and I like what you said about you knew that you wanted to have your own business,
I
because
knew that.
if you want to be a millionaire, if you want to make it, you have to own your own business. You've got to be your own boss and start early. Start from the age of 17. If you want to know how to steer your 17-year-olds into being their own boss, hit me up on my socials.
Actually, I'll
Did
probably say
Lana?
start before 17, because before 17, 17
So
is, yes,
what age
absolutely.
what age do
So,
you think?
so I've always been creative, and I encourage parents to allow their children to be creative. Yeah, I've always been quite creative. When I was in secondary school, I used to make handmade, greeting cards.
Oh,
Yes, and I would
amazing.
sell
You
them.
selling
I
them?
sell
I
them.
love that.
So this was before I was
Entrepreneurial.
yeah, this was before I
Very
was
good.
17. So I
Very
did a lot
good.
of that,
Yes.
and then I moved on to building, fish tanks, aquariums, and I would sell that. I
Wow.
actually have a signature. So you can see my little pinky finger here.
You
That
cut-
was
you
a
cut-
cut.
you cut-
A cut.
That's
a
something
cut.
something to
That's
a badge.
cut here.
That's a
That's a badge.
That's a badge for
I
to
always
wear for
remember that.
pride
Yeah.
for life.
So I knew I wanted to, because
Amazing.
there was a feeling I had. I saw my dad used to work for a company, and I see he didn't have control over things.
Yeah.
His
Yes.
his
Yeah.
own income was determined by what they say they're going to pay him.
Most of our parents were in that
But
in
when
that
I
loop.
was making my own money, I set the price.
Exactly. That's what you can do.
I set
That's
the
what you can
price.
do because
And
you
I
know
felt
your
good.
own value and you
Yes,
can set your price.
exactly.
Well, coming to that, you know how I said I love celebrating days of the week, or if this is International Women's Day, whatever it is. It could be anything, Children's Day. There was Sisters Day. There was actually Brother and Sisters Day a couple of days ago. They were celebrating Brother and Sisters Day. So
I didn't know there was something like that.
There are days for everything, believe you me. So if you have a brother or a sister out there, you had a day a couple of days ago, so go celebrate. Neen says, I knew what I wanted to do at 17, but had to follow family's expectations. Exactly. This is what we're saying.
Yes.
We feel you, Neens. I think it's just, it's all our parents.
But it's not too late, though.
No, it was never too.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it's not too late now to
I left
change.
home
Yeah.
when I went to do what I wanted to do, and I think that's the same with most of us adults. But I have to stop you there because I love celebrating.
Yes.
And I know today, the 28th of May, is Kylie Minogue's birthday as well. Pop singer. We know Kylie Minogue. There's a whole host of people that we know. Some we know, some we don't. And I don't want to go through all of the ones that we don't know today because we just don't have the time to list them all. But a little birdie tells me that it is also somebody's birthday in our midst here today. Yes, you thought I didn't know.
Julian has told
Our
me that.
mutual friend has told me, and he said, remember to say happy birthday. So happy birthday to you, Chiz. Yes, if you could
thank you
big
very
up
much.
Chiz.
Now,
It's his
I just want to
birthday
say,
today.
No, I did,
and
I'm not ashamed to say how old I am. I turned 53 today.
Oh,
but one thing that I just want to say, thank you so much. I don't celebrate it. I acknowledge my birthday because I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses, so we don't celebrate birthdays. But I acknowledge, what I did.
It's good to acknowledge
And
give thanks.
and be thankful.
Be thankful.
To
Another
God
year.
for giving me
Yes,
another year.
exactly.
Absolutely. And that is something that I always do every single day is a gift.
Absolutely, it's a
use
gift.
it.
Oh, thank you so much. Hello, let me just read out the messages. Thank you so much. Nin says, I knew what I wanted to do at 7. Now we've reread that one. Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, I should put my glasses
No,
on
it's
a
not
bit
too late.
better. No, it's not too late, but I enjoy what I do, so no complaints or regrets. You're in a very small minority of people who get up on a Monday and actually love their job. Well done, Neens. We're a bit jealous because, some people out there are not really enjoying what they do, but if you don't, leave. Get up and go. Change that job. Only you can make that change in your life. And if you want to have help, if you want to know the tips and tricks on what to do, because I did that a couple of months ago. I'm up, I left, here I am. You want to know the success stories? Hit me up on my socials, dlana.co.uk. And Neen says, happy birthday. Oh, and she's also put a little cake for you. A little cake. Neen, thank you so much.
And there was something I wanted to say. It's a quote I heard, and maybe some of the listeners and viewers have heard this, is for those who are in a job and feel stuck, what can help you get out is this quote I heard. I'm not sure who said it, but it says, a salary is what they pay you to give up on your dreams. So why sacrifice your dream for a salary? Yes, I understand that the need to pay our bills and things like that.
Absolutely.
But your job can be the side hustle. Don't make anything else a side hustle. Let the job that pays your salary be your side hustle, and go get your dreams.
Oh, Nins, you make me laugh. I love it. I know. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather be sitting on the beach somewhere hot. Me and you both, with my feet up. Can I come? I'd love that. This British weather just makes you want to get on a plane and just never come back. I'm telling you.
It's up and down.
So, Chiz, in the vein of signing your book for me and giving me your book, I am going to sign my book for Chiz. My book.
I didn't expect
He
this.
didn't know. He didn't know.
Wow.
Get stuff done. Productivity hacks so you can do what you love. Yes, get stuff done.
Wow.
So I'm going to sign
I
it for
love
you
this. This
on
is-
air.
See, we're
and
giving
this is
gifts to each
this
other
is
on
my
air.
birthday present to you.
I'm taking it.
Yes, so it's good to give gifts. It's good to, even if you don't celebrate your birthday, because when you talk of celebrate, you think of a big bash and a big do and a big. It doesn't have to be like that. Just mark it. Just mark it.
Yes,
It could be
acknowledge it. Be
acknowledge
thankful for your life.
and be thankful. Yeah,
Yes.
because when you're thankful for things around you, you'd be surprised what else comes your way. It just opens the door. Oh, bless it. Nin says can be our side hustle. Yes, that's correct. No, she's right, absolutely. Or is it the other way? Make your side hustle. Your job could be your side hustle.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Make
what
your
you,
job
that's
your
what
side
you
hustle,
think.
yes.
Because the way Nins has described what she does, it sounds like a side hustle. She's enjoying it so much. It sounds like a side. Yes, that's what you should be able to enjoy your job. You should be
Yes,
able to enjoy
yes.
what you do. You should be able to jump out of bed every day and say, yes, thank you,
Yes.
Lord, I'm here and I'm going back to do what I love best. So yeah, I must write this. I must write
Oh,
this out now.
wow.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you
write
so
something.
much.
I've been thinking of something catchy to write in the book. Because I know you're big on catchy details, especially with your book. Get
Yes,
risky,
get risky or
or
get
get lost.
lost,
Do you know?
yes.
While I'm writing this out, I wanted
Yes.
you to tell, because I felt that get lost. When I first saw the title, I thought, get risky or get lost. And someone could get offended by that. But then it could have a double meaning.
Yes.
It could be that you're just lost in your
Yes.
way. Because
Now,
please
yes,
explain
absolutely.
more.
Now, absolutely. A lot of people are lost. And when I say lost, is that people don't know what they're chasing. It's like a dog chasing his tail
Yeah.
with
Yes.
no aim, with no purpose. So you either have you have two choices. It's one, get risky and do the things that you need to do without thinking of how. Just take the first step and do it. I encourage people to, start now, especially if we feel lost and we're not sure about what we want to, or what we want to achieve in life. We may be thinking, okay, I'm X amount years old, I don't have much time anymore and all that stuff. No, it's not too late.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. This is amazing. May all your risks be.
Do you want to read it out? Do you want to read it out? Do you
So
want to
Dee
read
has
it?
signed her book for me. She says, to choose the risk taker, may all your risks be fruitful. Thank you
Amen
so
to that.
much. Thank you so
Amen.
much.
Amen.
Amazing,
Amen. To
amazing.
that. Let me read out what you read to me. We both got books. We're so excited. We've got lots of reading to do.
Wow.
So, Lana, you are a true risk taker. I didn't even know you wrote that. I love this. I'm so happy.
I was thinking
Thank
about
you.
what you said, when we had the
Thank
conversation over
you.
the phone.
Yes.
And now to step into the studio, you doing this and looking at the audience you're reaching,
Yes.
that is risk taking. Just hearing the story, that because when you said, when we spoke, you were saying, oh, you were not sure about doing this and all that stuff, and then I think it was, I can't remember his name, was it the one that said you need to do it, and he's going to give you a slot, and you did it, and here we are.
Here we are.
If you hadn't done it, if you hadn't taken that risk, I won't be sitting here.
You wouldn't be here.
I won't be sitting here.
I know.
So well done for taking that risk.
Well,
and making the purpose come
we
through.
aim with one of my purposes is to aim to inspire people and to at least communicate and just be a role model, a positive role model. And you can see what we do. We're not perfect, but we're just trying our best here. And maybe hopefully we've inspired and touched the lives of someone out there and able to make that change in their lives too. And Nins, I love what you said here. She made the change. And glad I did it. I say she. Anyway, they made the change. I made the change. I'm glad I did it, but can do with being paid a lot more.
It's possible.
I think everyone feels that way.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what's that phrase about being underpaid and underappreciated?
Yes.
Oh,
No,
amazing!
absolutely.
I love
Sometimes,
that.
and I like to say, let's not look at the money sometimes. And I always say, if we look at the money, then that's all we're going to chase. And most times we might end up burning ourselves out. Think about,
Absolutely.
the transformation you're going to make in the person's life or in whoever's life or the organization's life.
Yeah.
Think about the purpose. Chase the purpose, not the money, and then the money will come,
Amen
and the
to
money will
that.
never run out.
But don't you feel that then when you found your purpose and when you're doing something that you really love, the money won't matter.
It won't matter.
You won't be looking at the money
won't
because
matter,
it will
exactly.
come. It
Yes.
will come. But you won't even know when. You
Yes.
won't even be thinking about it when it's coming because it's just pouring in because you are enjoying every day.
Yes.
Hello. Oh, yes, exactly. If I did look at money, I would have moved on. Oh, bless you.
Yeah, that's such a
I
great thing
enjoy
to
helping
say.
my customers. God
Yes.
bless you in
Isn't
what
that
you
feeling
do.
great?
Yeah,
Isn't that feeling great?
and that helps you. It helps your mental health if you enjoy
Yes.
what you're doing, and that's why we're here.
And knowing that you're also influencing someone else's mental health,
Mental
as well,
health and helping
positively.
them
Yes.
positively. I love that. I love that so much. And we're just going to come. Would you believe we've done a whole hour already?
How?
I
No
told you.
way.
I told
Can
you.
we get one more hour?
You want more?
No, we haven't even scratched the surface yet. I can't believe it.
It's not up to me, boss. It's not up to me.
Wow, I can't believe
So
it.
we're recapping that there's a big giveaway at the end. Well, the big giveaway is a flight to Paris. Yes, because in my hustle, I'm a travel agent as well. And my side hustle, one of my side hustles,
Amazing.
I'm a travel agent, and I want to give away a flight. So hit me up in my emails. Send your emails to my DMs in my socials. Send your emails. Some lucky person is going to get that flight, and I mean it. And I want to help at least 30 parents. I want to help you. So I want to help you get on that road to either changing your life or at least laying a legacy and foundation for those teenagers coming up behind you that you have. So yeah, just hit me up on your socials. And let's just leave today by saying, I am making positive changes one day at a time. I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me tomorrow. And wake up and repeat it and say it. When you wake up tomorrow morning, I want you to say, I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me today. And remember, you are enough. Thank you for listening today. It's been great. Thank you, Chiz, for joining us.
Wow,
So are you
thank
off
you so
to
much.
raise a glass or
I
or that's
think I
it
will
now?
do. I
Yes,
think I'm going to
this-
have a glass of wine just
Yes.
to think about, this is my first ever radio interview, and this has been a great conversation we've had. And
Amazing.
looking at the,
And we'd
the
love to have
viewers
you back.
It's really.
We have lovely listeners, lovely
Yes, love
viewers. So
that.
thank you
Yeah,
for
love
joining
that.
in today. Thank you
Yeah,
for
thank you
participating.
very much, everyone. It's
And
been
we'll
a
see you
pleasure.
again same time next week. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
At Just Cool Radio, we offer the perfect platform to showcase your brand. Our diverse programming and loyal listeners are the ideal match for your advertising needs. Whether you're a local business, an emerging entrepreneur, we've got you covered. Want to add some star power to your event? Book Just Cool Radio talent to bring excitement and professionalism to your next big occasion. Our talented hosts and DJs will keep your audience entertained and engaged. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Visit JusCoolRadio.com today to learn more about our affordable advertising packages and booking options. Just Cool Radio, disturbing the silence, catching the eyes of many.